Hey, take a look at the pollen. Grass pollen is really heavy. Your tree pollen has actually come down just a little bit. So it's probably the grass that if it's still being a big irritant, but it should continue to come down. I can't wait to see the new survey. They usually do it around 11:30. So we'll get the latest update this morning, but that should come down just a bit because of our southeasterly winds. Now your day part planner, we climbed to 86 today. Yesterday, our high temperature was 81, so we're going to be warmer and we're also going to be a little bit more humid. Temperatures are going to be a big result as lots of sunshine and higher humidity. We'll talk about our weekend rain chances. That'll be the best threat coming up next. All right, Darby Douglas, what's going on in traffic?
Cheetah, you got to look at the positive side. When you go to the movies, you get all the Sour Patches because he can't have them, so that's some good news. All right, I have bad news for you. If you come in I-45 from Spring, Conroe, the Woodlands, heads up. Overnight before midnight last night, an 18-wheeler traveling southbound on 45 ran over a mattress, ended up catching the 18-wheeler on fire, and it's still working. They're still trying to get this thing off the freeway. This is I-45, the North Freeway inbound, just past West Road. You can see 3 right lanes are blocked off, and the leftovers of the 18-wheeler still over here. Traffic's backing up towards Aldine Bender, so if you're coming in I-45, I've got you running 26 minutes, 1488 to downtown, so it's going to add a couple of minutes to your drive time. I don't think you need an alternate route at this point in time, but if you're leaving later, stay tuned. I'll keep you up to date on this. Hopefully it'll clear soon.
Thank you, Darby, very much. A Spring ISD student in some serious trouble this morning for this. Shoving a teacher at Westfield High School. Wow. Another student recorded that whole thing, too.
Our Michelle Choi joins us live from that campus to break down the consequences the student is now facing. Michelle?
Well, guys, that student's now facing both disciplinary and criminal charges. School officials here at Westfield High and Spring ISD police began investigating the incident after this shocking and disturbing video surfaced. Take a look.
Oh no. Oh no, no, wait. Oh my God! Stop!
Yeah, in that video, you can see a student allegedly shoving his teacher so hard the teacher stumbles back and falls over a couple of desks. Some of the other students are seen screaming and telling that teen to stop and take a look at this. He allegedly tries to shove that teacher again, but thankfully seconds later, some of the other kids are able to hold him back. So what caused this outburst? Well, school officials tell us because this is an ongoing investigation, they can't comment on the specifics of it, but say the Harris County District Attorney's Office has been notified. They also released this statement saying in part, quote, "Fortunately, the teacher was not injured. The safety of our students and staff is our highest priority, and harmful and inappropriate and disruptive behavior will not be tolerated." Guys, parents were also notified on Monday, and as you can imagine, since that video has surfaced, a lot of people are riled up about it. They're commenting on our Facebook page. We'll share some of their opinions coming up later this morning at 6. Back to you.
All right, Michelle Choi, we'll see you then. Thank you. 5:03 right now, and it is time for your morning rush. Check out this major fire on the North Freeway overnight. Darby was just talking about this. A mattress fell out of the back of a truck, and an 18-wheeler couldn't avoid it. That big rig ran over the mattress and caught fire as well. Luckily, that trailer was empty, and the driver was not hurt. U.S. gymnastics coaches Bella and Martha Caroli are suing USA Gymnastics after the group canceled the purchase of their training facility in Huntsville. The ranch closed after sexual abuse by team Dr. Larry Nassar came to light. The Caroli say they never knew about any of the accusations against him. Police in California searching for the domestic violence suspect who led them on a 4-hour chase in an RV yesterday. He drove more than 100 miles from Los Angeles up to Bakersfield with his 2 kids inside. Police rescued the children, but the man is nowhere to be found. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing the federal government, hoping to end the DACA program. 6 other states are joining that lawsuit. Last week, a federal judge upheld DACA. The Trump administration now has 90 days to challenge that ruling. We're waiting to find out if President Trump will answer questions from special counsel Robert Mueller. The New York Times published a list of 40 questions about possible obstruction of justice. Mueller has discussed a subpoena if the president refuses an interview. And finally here, a brutal loss for our Stros and closer Ken Giles. He gave up 3 runs in the 9th, then got pulled and had an outburst. I don't know if you caught this last night where he punches himself in the face. Really hurts for Justin Verlander, too. He struck out 14 and held New York scoreless before leaving that game. Stros end up losing 4-0. They face off again against New York at 7 o'clock. That's your Morning Rush. Rest, have a blessed day.
That was tough for Verlander. 8 innings, no runs, and no decision. Boy, this morning our Facebook page is blowing up with reaction to a new KHOU investigation. Listen to this. Our team uncovered millions of your tax dollars getting spent right now on luxury charter bus rides to and from Houston public schools. The students are on those charter buses. The timing is not good either. HISD is $115 million in the red right now, and teachers just started receiving pink slips to make up that budget deficit. Doug Deloney's here now with the backlash, and there's a lot of it, Doug.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this one on our Facebook page. We've got your reaction scrolling right now. First, let's break down the numbers. Let's talk about the money actually being spent. The average cost per route for a regular Houston school bus trip is $234 per day, but private charter buses are costing taxpayers $400, $450, even $550. That's more than $1,000 per round trip, nearly 5 times the normal cost. At this rate, the district is on pace to spend $8 million on charter buses this year. Why? Because dozens of districts' regular school buses are sitting unused daily because of a huge driver shortage. The district says it went into the school year 50 bus drivers short. Then Hurricane Harvey hit. It lost another 100. Then talks of a massive budget cut drove another 130 or so away. In all, they're 280 bus drivers short of where they need to be. So Houston ISD Chief Operating Officer Brian Busby spoke with KHOU investigator Jeremy Rogowski for this story.
You're getting kids to school. How is it a waste of money?
Because you're paying triple, sometimes quadruple what it costs for a yellow school bus.
True. But at the same time, the end result is getting kids to school.
The school bus drivers union says it doesn't make any sense. She says rather than forking over $8 million to charter buses, why not give raises to regular school bus drivers to lure more of them to work for the district? The district says it's committed to resolving this issue, but admitted to KHOU that may not happen by this time next school year, by the time the next school year rolls around. So here's what some of you are saying on our Facebook page. Imelda says if only bus drivers were paid salary instead of hourly and offered benefits, maybe they'd be attracted to the district. Alex says, how about talking with Metro to get some of those Metro bus drivers to drive yellow buses in the morning and afternoons and pay them some overtime? Sounds like a win-win. Sonia says, more importantly, did the bus drivers clear the proper background checks and fingerprinting in order to be transporting kids? Talking about some of those charter bus drivers. Now, on the other end of it, we did hear from some parents who said prior to them implementing these charter buses, the times that kids would come home, it would vary wildly. Some of the kids would come home after 8 p.m.
Wow.
So there's that side of the story, too. You don't want your kids coming home after 8 p.m. That's crazy.
Very true.
Those school bus driver jobs can be hard to fill, too, I know, right?
Absolutely.
Because you're working in the morning.
It's a tough job.
They give you a break of about 4 hours, then you have to go back in the afternoon and pick up the kids, and a lot of people don't want that kind of split shift, you know?
And I'm sure Metro doesn't like the idea of their drivers getting taken away, as one person was bringing up there. I don't know if that idea would work either.
It's tough. You want to get the kids to school, but then it has to hurt if you're a teacher losing their job and watching these charter buses roll up and down the street. Tough one. Okay, Doug Deloney, thank you. Let's get to Cheetah right now with weather. Cheetah.
It is a muggy start to the day, guys. I mean, get ready. When you head outside first thing, get the air conditioning cranked. No need to really grab the umbrella today. I am tracking a very slight rain chance, 10 to a 20% chance. Live look over Minute Maid roof closed. Yeah, maybe the chance for a shower or just because of the high humidity. Your satellite and radar picture this morning, we are mostly dry. Dry pretty much across the state. Big system moving now across portions of the Great Lakes. You're going to be hearing about some of the tornadoes that it produced. These strong thunderstorms from this system pretty much through Kansas and now moving into the Great Lakes. So you can see that big counterclockwise circulation there. I'll take you to the system that will be impacting us. So late Friday into Saturday, nice little front will swing through. Some of the rain that's actually being produced in the desert Southwest, it's creating some flash flooding. Now, I'm not anticipating that just yet for us. I'd still like to see some consistency from some of our models by Saturday. What I can tell you, I am expecting the chance for an isolated 1 or 2 thunderstorms that could produce a few heavy downpours and scattered showers. So I would expect that overnight Friday into early Saturday, and it may clear as early as Saturday afternoon. But for the first portion of the day on Saturday, I'd already count on some wet weather. Today, temperatures will be in the mid to almost borderline upper 80s. There's that steady southeast wind, gusts today up to 25 miles per hour. Yesterday was breezy. Today we're going to tack on even higher winds. So breezy conditions today. Those steady south winds continue over the next couple of days. And next week, Darby, these temperatures just continue to climb. But it is May.
Ooh.
It is May.
Ooh.
We're right where we should be.
Yeah,
We're
that's
not
true.
breaking any records, but here we go.
Yeah,
Here's the heat.
I see that ugly number there on the far right. That is an ugly number. I don't want to see that. All right, good morning. Walking out the door, another 18-wheeler problem. A disabled 18-wheeler on 610, the East Loop southbound in the climbing lane as you come up over the ship channel. So it's in that climbing lane, not seeing any delays in traffic. Just know that it's there if you're heading that way. Still working this accident with an 18-wheeler that caught fire last night before midnight, 45 southbound West Road. You can see here they're still blocking off 3 right lanes. The leftovers of the 18-wheeler here. This thing's been working for what, close to 5 hours now, and it's still there. Don't know when it's going to clear up. Right now, we'll call traffic just heavy in the area. You're 27 minutes from 1488 to downtown, so at this point, no need for an alternate route. Traveling 69 coming in from New Caney, pretty quiet ride still, 26 minutes, Grand Parkway to downtown. The rest of your freeways, pretty quiet.
Thanks, Darby.
Well, it's the hottest show in town, but getting tickets to see Hamilton at the Hobby Center will cost you.
Yeah, that is unless you have a way with words. The Broadway hit runs another 3 weeks. A Baytown man was all set to go. He bought second row seats 2 years ago.
Wow.
But then he had some medical issues, so he can't go. So this anonymous man, instead of trying to sell the tickets and make some money, he's offering those 2 VIP tickets to the person who writes him the best essay.
There's no restrictions on who can send something in. I mean, I could have recycled them or I could have sold them on the internet, but that's not fun. This is fun.
So he wants a 25 to 50 word essay about just why you want to go. And you have to email it to him, and then he makes the decision. So the deadline is noon on Tuesday, so you have a week to get this done. We have the story under the entertainment tab on KHOU.com. You know how I know about this story already? Because my daughter came to me last night and she goes, "Dad, I'm writing this essay to this guy." And I said, "Wait a minute, what?"
Yeah, whoa.
It's for Hamilton tickets. So anyway, she's going to be.
That's great.
She's entering.
I think it's very cool that he didn't go for the money grab because he could have gotten big bucks for those tickets.
For second row?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
That's very cool. Good